am about to make some Millionaire shortbread cookies for Christmas Eve. This is a recipe I got from Dinnerly. First of all, I will say I didn't actually order this from Dinnerly. Sorry, Dinnerly. Because of the whole evaporated milk thing, it didn't really make sense for me to actually order the cookies. So I just looked online, got their recipe. But I will say, if this turns out good, first of all, if it doesn't turn out good, it's probably my fault, not Dinnerly's. Putting that out there. But yeah, if you like this recipe, look into Dinnerly. I really like Dinnerly. This is not a paid sponsorship, by the way, but I do really like Dinnerly and I recommend them. But anyway, let's try making these cookies. All right, so first thing we're supposed to do is beat to combine 2.5 ounces of confectioner's sugar with 8 tablespoons of softened butter. So softened butter, no problem, I got that. I am using actually a cup. I know this is technically fluid ounces, but I was not sure how to measure because, again, did not order it from Dinnerly. It would have been way easier if I'd ordered it from Dinnerly because then I could just like dump their packet in the mixer. But anyway, I'm going with this. We're going to pretend this is 2.5 ounces. The other thing I will point out that they said, I don't know how this is going to go, you guys. They said you're supposed to use a paddle attachment. This is not a paddle attachment. I don't own a paddle attachment. So we're using the dough attachment, which, by the way, I had to look that up to find out that that was a dough attachment. So we're going to hope this works. But let's go ahead. Let me put the camera here on our mixer. Here, we'll dump in our confectioner's sugar there, our approximately 2.5 ounces. And then we're going to put our softened butter in there. We're just going to kind of bloop that in there, like bloop. There we go, bloop. Softened butter. Throw this away. All right. And let's put this down here and just put the mixer on low here. All right, so this is not working very well using a dough mixer to mix this. So I'm actually going to do this by hand just to get the butter and the confectioner's sugar mixed up together well. Okay, so next we are supposed to, so separate 1 large egg. So I already did that. So I have my egg yolk. Discard the whites, add the yolk. So I'm gonna do that, dump that in there. I should be on nailed it, y'all. I could win. No, I really couldn't. So let's get that egg in there, mix that up. And then we need a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. So, mix. Okay. I took out the vanilla. Where'd I put it? Right here. So I use pure vanilla extract. We don't want to use the imitation stuff. We want real vanilla. 1/2 teaspoon. I have these adorable little measuring things from a Cat Lady box. If you watch my Cat Lady box unboxings, that was from here. 1/2 teaspoon, there we go. Pause, someone's at the door. Hi, unpause. Okay, hands are re-washed and we're getting going with this again. So, here we go. As I was saying, pure vanilla extract, 1/2 teaspoon, measuring cups from Cat Lady box. All right, here we go. So let's pour, whoop, there we go. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, put that down. We just gonna use our spoon. We going old school here. We're gonna try mixing that once I add like the flour and stuff, and then if it doesn't work still, then we'll just put it in there and we'll continue hand mixing, because you know what? People have been making shortbread cookies for years, way long before stand mixers even existed, as my sister pointed out. She's the one who was at the door. So, there we go. So now that's kind of mostly mixed, and all right, let's see what our next step is. Okay. Yeah, we're ready for our flour and our salt. So we need 1 cup of flour, which I have already measured out. So I'm just gonna kind of dump that in there. And we need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I've already used my Cat Lady measuring cups for our wet ingredients. So I am going to use these now, which are just plain, not Cat Lady, but you know, they're nice. We're gonna get a 1/2 teaspoon of salt in these. Whoop. There we go. Half teaspoon of salt. Put it back in the salt. There we go. Okay. Let's try to mix this. Put this in there. Here we go with the mixer. Let's see what happens. Alright, I think that actually worked pretty well. So this is what the dough attachment did. It's a little crumbly, so I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit by hand just to make sure it's all fully mixed. But that got it pretty close to where I wanted it. Alright, so the next thing we're supposed to do is put this dough between two sheets of parchment paper. So I have my parchment paper here. So let's go ahead and put some down. Flour. Let's go ahead and just a little bit. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. There we go. All right. There. Okay, close up the flour. Parchment paper. All right. We're going to try to roll this down to an even 1/4 inch thickness. We'll see about that. But here we go. Okay, getting there. Rolling to a 1/4 inch thickness, huh? A 1/4 inch. Is that? And also, the operative word was even thickness, which not so much. But you know, we're doing our thing. We're trying. Well, I can totally picture what would be happening on Nailed It right now. They would just be shaking their heads and telling the viewing audience exactly what they could expect when they're ready to taste the cookies. Can you tell I watch a lot of Nailed It? I love Nailed It. Here's hoping this doesn't end up too true to what usually happens on Nailed It. How about that? Okay, here we go. I mean, I'm sure in the history of baking there are people who have done worse. We'll just say that. We'll just leave it at that. I went too thin. So I'm just gonna start over and then we're gonna try it again. And this time I'm gonna put flour on the bottom too. So I have a little a weird shape, a little 4-pointed star kind of shape, but I believe it's approximately a 1/4 inch. Here's hoping. I mean, okay. Transfer with parchment to a rimmed baking sheet and chill in the fridge about 20 minutes. So, here we have my baking sheet. Let's have a look at that. Rimmed baking sheet over here, which I already got ready. Nice little baking sheet with a rim. So, with parchment, okay, that's a bit big, but okay, that's fine. It is spilling off the sides. We are going to throw this in the fridge, and I will be back in about 20 minutes. All right, the timer's gone off. It's been 20 minutes. I have removed our dough from the fridge, and I am going to be using a kitty cat cookie cutter that I got from Cat Lady Box. Because why not? I mean, it's Santa Claus. So, yes, that's what we're doing. So, all right, here we go. Let's see what happens. Let's get a little cat-shaped cookie here out of the dough. Here you go. How are you supposed to get it out of the cooker? Cookie cutter. Oh, how cute. Okay, let me see if I can. Look at that. Okay. I'm just gonna make a bunch of those. All right, let's do this. Okay, I only got 4 cookies out before I'm gonna have to re-roll. I'm not even done yet, but here is one sheet full of little kitty cookies. I'm gonna go for one more baking sheet. This is still got that much dough left. All right, I think we're down to the last cat because that's all there is. I don't think I can get another cat out of this, but we're not going to let the rest of that dough go to waste. I think I'll just sort of flatten it in whatever shape it ends up in. We'll just throw that on the cookie sheet. So I'm just gonna roll it with my hand like this, and then we're gonna flatten it with my hand and just hope for the best. Like so. We're just gonna throw that on the cookie sheet as is. Okay, so that's done. And yeah, okay, bake on center oven rack until edges just start to brown. So we have 2 baking sheets here that I'm going to go ahead and put in there. Some of these might be a little close together actually. It says they're supposed to be 3/4 inches apart, which they are not. These are going in the oven. Now, because I am not sure if I actually made it to a 1/4 inch, what I'm going to do is actually set the timer for 10 minutes instead of 12, and we're going to check it after 10 minutes. Okay. Now, I'm actually going to start work on the toppings for the cookies, which like I said, in the original recipe, they wanted me to make a caramel. It's actually an eggnog caramel. It sounds really good. But they have a warm spice mix that they send you. And I actually have a little bit of that left over from a previous recipe that I made from Dinnerly. It was like an oat apple crisp, which was also delicious, by the way. So I actually do have some warm spice mix left over from that. But what they want me to do is melt butter and sugar to make the caramel, and then add the evaporated milk, like I said, to that. And I'm lactose intolerant, so that is not going to work for me. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do instead, I bought some cashew milk. Now, cashew milk is good if you're lactose intolerant. It's thick. It's very thick. So I find that I can't drink cashew milk because it gets that, like, you know, like that feeling in your throat because it's thick, like a cream. But I was like, but that makes it perfect for baking, probably. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is, instead of the butter and the sugar and the evaporated milk, I'm just going to like melt some sugar in a saucepan with a little bit of cashew milk and see what kind of consistency I can get with that. Then just add some of that warm spice mix, and it'll be more of an icing. It won't be a caramel like they have, but it'll be more of like a glaze. So I'm going to give that a try. And then we're also going to melt some chocolate and just, you know, drizzle some chocolate over some of the cookies. Now, my sister cannot eat chocolate, so half of the cookies will just get the warm spice glaze kind of thing, and then half will actually get some of the chocolate. So while the cookies are in the oven, I'm going to get started on melting some chocolate and trying to create some glaze, and we'll see how that goes. Wish me luck. And there's the timer. So hopefully these are done enough. They're a little uneven. You can see this guy. I hope you can see it because I can't actually see what I'm looking at right now. This guy is a bit overdone, and this guy might be a little bit underdone. But you know what? If that's the case, then I'll eat the bad ones. How about that? And then I'll show you. So this is our chocolate. Let me make it so I can actually see what I'm doing. So there's our chocolate. Ooh, yum yum. So all that is melted semi-sweet chocolate chips with a little bit of cashew milk in there. So that'll be nice. We'll sort of drizzle that on some of the cookies, but not all, for Sister Dear. And I'm still trying to thicken. I may have put too much cashew milk in the glaze that I'm trying to make. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna keep working on it. All right. Okay, so we have kind of a glaze here. It's still a little bit liquidy, but it's not quite water consistency or anything. It's slightly thickened. So I think that's good enough. It smells yummy. So yeah, that warm spice blend, by the way, I don't know exactly what Dinnerly's recipe is, but I Googled warm spice blend in case I didn't have enough, which I did. And it seems to be a mixture of like ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg. The one I found online said cardamom, which I found interesting. But anyway, I don't know, like I said, what's in the Dinnerly one. If you order from Dinnerly, they will send you the blend, and then you don't have to worry about it. So here we go. I am just kind of gonna, I don't know, am I supposed to wait until it cools more? Let me see. Yeah, it does say set aside to cool slightly. Maybe I should let this, we'll let it sit for a few minutes off the heat to cool a little bit, and then I will come back and we'll start drizzling stuff on all of our cookies. This is exciting. Okay, so we've let stuff sit and cool for a little bit, the cookies and the glaze. So the glaze is actually a lot thicker now, which is nice. And I actually did a little test on one of my bad cookies. I put both some glaze and some chocolate on there just to see what it would, how it would spread, what would it taste like. It's not bad. I've made better, but it's not bad. The other thing that I just did is, so this is our round cookie. This is a round cookie with a little bit of that glaze on it. And I think that looks pretty nice. And it's gonna taste absolutely delicious. I don't know if you can see like the spices in there. Yeah, there you go. So I think I'm gonna do that. Like with all of the cats, I'm just gonna kind of spread some of the glaze. And then what I'm going to do, I think, maybe is just color like some paws or something like that with chocolate. Again, not all of them, because my sister, but I'm thinking, you know, that could work. So I don't really have a way for you to watch me do this because I don't have a good setup. I mean, I could kind of try to, okay, we can try that. So yeah, I'm just gonna try glazing our cookies. So here we go. I might be giving up. I think I'm going to have to do something else for Christmas Eve. And yeah, I think this may have to count as a failed experiment because as I really wanted them to look good and they do not. I don't know if I would feel comfortable serving this. So yeah, I mean, I'll eat them. They're fine. But serving them to like other people, I'm gonna say that's a no. So yeah, it was fun though. I mean, it was still fun. And now I have all of these ugly cookies to eat. So there's that. I'm just gonna put chocolate on them at this point because they're mine now. So these are all going to be chocolate kitty cats. So drizzle, 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 chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. Oop. And then not drizzle really, it's really more of sort of a bloop kind of thing going on. Poor ugly little kitty cats. Oh, that's okay. You know what? That's okay. You can't win them all, right? You win some, you lose some. You make glaze that doesn't turn into glaze, and you have burned cookies and stuff sticking to parchment paper, and it's just, you know, it's an adventure is what it is. So, ta-da! So ugly. Still gonna enjoy eating them though. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you decide to make these cookies or something like them, I hope that you have better luck than I did. And yeah, stay tuned. Maybe I'll do some more cooking videos in the future. I don't really have a good setup, as you can see, but there are some things I actually know how to make properly. So Maybe I'll do another video so you can see that I actually do know how to bake. But in the meantime, I hope you had fun. Bye.